Hello and welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer and we're headed down to the shop because today we're going to get the animals started here on Oakbridge. So we're going to start with the cows. I want to get the cows set up. That means that we want to get some mowers and we're going to have to do some grass cutting. We should have enough money to buy the cow area on here, and we might try and do the chickens around that area as well. Previously, when I've done it on here, I put a chicken area into the cow field, so I think we might try and do that today as well. So let's just park up outside the shop. We also need to keep funding things with some contracts, so that's the first thing I want to get started today. And looking under the contracts, there's not a huge amount of options. There's quite a big sowing contract over on field 15, so we might go and do that, although that will use... Actually, that shouldn't use too much seed. So I think I might pick that up. And there's a big fertilizing contract on 29, but that's really expensive. And there's bale wrapping, but that's manual, and there's a large weeding contract for 15 grand. So I think we will take these, not the stone picking, the sowing contract. We will borrow the items for that, and then we're also going to take the weeding contract and we will borrow the items for that too. Okay, so these should be fairly easy to get started. My worry on this weeding contract is I think we're going to have to get this up or drive this ourselves, because this is a massive weeder. Let's just turn off this. We don't want to leave that running. But this will half pay for our... not this weeding contract, but the sowing contract will half pay for our cows. And this weeding contract should pay for the... pay for all of the seeds we're going to need to do that seeding contract. Let's see if we can get this up to the field. Hopefully this won't take too long, but this is one of those things with the roads that we have on here and the size of this equipment. I don't think the hired worker will successfully make it up there. I'm not even sure I'll successfully make it up there. Speaking of weeds, the preventative weeding we did of our field, of field 5, seems to have worked. The only bit that was a problem, I don't know if we can see it over the fence here, yeah, is this corner here. So we managed to get all of this field weeded except for this small patch here in the corner where we've got a nice big clump of weeds. If we have a look at the map, yeah, you can see we're just standing in this weed patch at the bottom corner. Otherwise, there's a little patch there, but everywhere else is clear. Definitely something you want to do is, as part of your field preparation or your post-seeding field preparation, not only rolling your field, but throw a weeder over it as well. Save yourself a bunch of money, keep your yield bonus nice and high. And not need to have a hoe. That's the thing that amazes me. And I've always thought, oh, I need to have a hoe. I don't. You just need to run a weeder over your field as soon as you've seeded it. I think my weeder here got caught on something. Oh, it's about to, because there's a tree there. Horseplay coming up and getting in my way. That's all right. We're clear. But yeah, so throwing a weeder over your newly planted crops absolutely prevents weeds from growing on the field. A little bit hard to see where you've been, and you need to be a little bit careful from that point of view, as we've seen with the fact that we do have a couple of patches of weeds, but it's got rid of the vast majority of it. Right, at least this is a double gate. So many gates around here aren't these double gates, and getting a piece of kit like this in is hard, but still not got a massive amount of space. Turn here. I don't know if this is even gonna get in here. Yeah, nope, we're not in. I did get caught on the gates. Yeah, this is definitely a weeder that is too big for this map. Absolutely. I would have used my own weeder, but The thing is, with the time stuff we're running, suppose I could use my own weeder on this tractor. It's a fuel cost. Yeah, look at that. Trying to maneuver this in this gateway is not fun. Right, keep it clear, and we're good. Right, keep out the hedge as well. Okay, so now we're on this field. Actually, we want to get well onto this field with the size of kit we've got here. So well onto this field and set the hired worker off, and they'll get this job done. So second bit of kit. Got this John Deere 6R. Now this, again, we're going to have to take this up to the field because it is, well, it's set up to be, it's set up for transport mode. This also requires fertilizer, this tractor. Oh, this setup. I'm kind of hoping we might get away without not having to use fertilizer because fertilizer is expensive and this contract does not call for that. So pallets, let's grab, I think actually we only need one. I think we only need one thing of seeds. Will that refill? Let's see if we can get it close enough. Yeah, refill seeder. There we go. I think we might have to transport some. Oh, wow. Yeah, it really doesn't take much. Let's... oh, I am going to put some... It is going to require fertilizer. So I am going to put some fertilizer in it. Let's just get a standard pallet of fertilizer. Buy that. Yes. Hopefully that will be enough to fill this. On the other side, that is, that's quite difficult for this, for loading that up. We're in a difficult position for it to load up. And the rain stopped, thankfully. Thankfully, not the biggest of showers. Can we get this close enough to fill up? No, I am going to have to bring... Oh, no, there we go. Got it. I thought I was going to have to bring the telehandler down here to get that filled, and it's going to require a couple of these solid fertilizer pallets. So we'll buy a second one of those, and that, of course, has set itself to load up somewhere else. We might be able to send this driving to the field, but we'll have to go and set it up ourselves. There we go. Right, hopefully this is not going to be too bad now. Full 2,000 litres of fertilizer. It's cost us a little bit of money to get started with this, but I think it's going to be worth it because this contract is worth 48,000 and we'll have to see. So bring this to here. We'll select it. We will set a destination. And we are doing field 15 with this. So I think, yeah, we want to get this over to here. Everything should be set up. So with any luck, that can head off now. And we should be able to get it started shortly. And that just leaves us wanting to pick up a couple of mowers. Now, we don't have a particularly big field, so I'm only going to pick up these two mowers, I think. So, yeah, we've got the Sam's KDF 341S. So we'll buy one of those for 14,000. And to go with that, I want the XT390 as well. So we'll buy that too. Okay. And we're going to be using these on this field over here. We're going to buy 36, includes the cow enclosure as well as some sheds. So we've got some space here to store our cow-specific stuff. So we're going to buy that for 100,000. Leaves us with 29,000, which is great. So let's hook this all up. Oh, the other thing I want is to get this tractor repaired, because it was conking out a lot while we were doing the rolling last time. And this is not going to be cheap repair. 11,000. We are burning through the cash today, which is not great. So we'll hook this back up onto the front. Or we'll hook this up for the first time onto the front. And this should be a nice little setup for us. Yeah, we're going to have to wait until we've completed that seeding contract, I think. Or that planting contract. And before we can actually buy any cows. But before then, we can definitely get ourselves the grass cut and some hay made. And at the very least, we'll then be able to feed the cows some hay. And go from there. We don't have our own bale wrapper, so I think a tedder and a windrow are probably going to be cheaper than a windrower and a bale wrapper. Now there's an entrance to this field up the top corner here, so we will bring ourselves around and into there. Yeah. I'm not sure this field is actually a grass field. Is this a grass field or is this... Oh, it might actually be a grass field. That's good. We don't need a huge amount of grass, so this is quite useful from that point of view. And unfold, in fact, unfold everything. Close the gate behind us, and then... I think our planter might have reached its destination as well. Yep, it has. Perfect. Right. So let's start this up. We'll bring this bit of kit round. I have no idea how long this bit of this job is going to take with this field. This field is absolutely massive. There's a reason why this contract is worth the money it's worth. Lift that up. Fold it. Right, what have we got to seed in here? So we are seeding sorghum in this field. So let's switch over to that in the seeder. And away it goes. And hopefully this is not going to cost us an arm and a leg for this job to get done. Meanwhile, we're gonna start this up. Need to bring up the doing assist. So this is recognized as a field. We could get, if we wanted, a hired worker to do this, but I don't want to because we kind of need to get this cut. You know what? It's April. I'm getting an early cut in to get a nice amount, but I think that we actually probably would want to wait another month to get the most out of this field. I don't think it's fully grown yet, this grass, and with the last update that can hit you hard. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how much we get off this. Hopefully it's a decent amount. If not, we're gonna have to wait 3 months before we do the next cut anyway, and that should give us a nice full cut. I think it might be wise to get a plow out on this field. It's very square in the space, and we're not right up to the edges in a couple of places where it would be better for us to sort of get in there and get sorted. So yeah, I think I might do that. This is not looking to be the best yield off here either. We are currently working through, and yeah, there's not a huge amount of grass coming off here. We just need enough to get ourselves started, which is why I'm cutting this like this today. May, June, July would be our next cut, which might interfere with our harvest. We will see. Get both of that down, get that on. Quite a combination of keys I'm using, or buttons that I'm using with this to get GPS going and everything. It has slightly different actions all the time. Down with that, and all sorts. Good. But yeah, this is working quite well, this setup. I'm pleased with how our mowing is going. My rear mower keeps deactivating for some odd reason. I'm not quite sure why. It's a little bit weird. But every so often, I'm definitely not pressing the button to deactivate it. But it does keep deactivating every so often, which is very strange. I've not had that before, and it's very specific to the setup we've got now. There we go. But otherwise, we're all running very nicely. It's going through. I'm glad I repaired the tractor, otherwise that would have given us some problems today. It's all going well. We're only 5% of the way through that other contract, that seeding contract so far. I'm hoping that we're going to be better than that overall. But yeah, we got 17,000 in the bank. I think we're going to have to go and grab ourselves a small tedder. I think a big tedder is going to be like 16 grand, and as much as I'd like to get the Sams, I don't think we can afford it. Let's go drop the mowers off in our cowshed area, and then we can go from there. Yeah, plan is that we will use this storage area down here for doing stuff with the cows. We could just grab. We could do silage. I don't think we have enough grass for silage at the moment, but we could ultimately do silage. For now, I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to have to find somewhere to store the bales as well, which we might be able to do in this shed. We could move the equipment that we've got here into the other, into some of the storage sheds we've got around here, and do that way, maybe. But now we need to head down to the shop and get something to make some hay from this grass we just cut. I'm finding myself wondering if fertilizing contracts are as profitable in FS25 as they were in FS22. You could do multiples of them in one day, and we do have a well-paying fertilizing contract available to us. We're about to get the money in from the weeding contract. So let's have a look at the tedders here. Yeah, 16,500 for this, which is slightly wider than the 15,500. And then the Alpine hit is half the size. You know what? We've not got a massive field. I think we're going to pick this up. Buy that. Yes. Okay. Right. We'll grab that, and we'll use that. I would like to have had the larger one, but I don't think we're gonna take a huge problem from this. Similarly, we might be okay using just one of those single comb set windrowers to row this up. We've got the time to do it, and that's the thing. It's a time versus money thing, and we can do it, the money wise, we can do it a lot cheaper if we take a little bit more time. Before we get into the haymaking though, I want to just quickly check on this contract. We are at 11% done on this contract. It's not doing the headlands, so that's good news. It is down to 71% on the solid fertilizer and 86% on the sorghum seeds. So yeah, we are going to have to get up to this field with some more fertilizer and some more seeds. That's not a huge problem, but it does mean that this contract is probably only going to make us about £40,000. Now let's get this gate open and get inside. Oh, look at this. This is absolutely cracking. Very pleased with this setup. This little field is perfect for us. Just to get a bit of milk in so that we can start looking at supplying our bakery with some milk. We've got to get some chickens as well. We need to do some eggs. Oh, and look at that. Perfect timing. Contract is complete on the weeding. Right. Is there another large weeding contract? No, it's a tiny weeding contract. And if I try and get that machine on there, that is not going to work. So I think we will complete that. Get the money in. Perfect. And yeah, we've do you know what? I think we might do this. I'm going to borrow the items for that contract. And we'll go and get that set up in a moment. First, we want to get this on the steering assist, start it up, drop it down, and yeah, it'll take no time at all, even with this little pointinger, to get this working. And that is perfect. I don't actually need more than this little tedder to do this. We're already around the headlands. It's taken us about 10 minutes in game, which is absolutely nothing. And we'll have this cleared off. I'm waiting until I've got the tedding done to go and sort out. Oh, we've got headlands. Got headlands still to do. We've got headlands still to do. To go and sort out the fertilizer, because basically it's in a field that is going to be difficult to get to because of gateways and things. So we should have enough time for that to fly around that field today still anyway. And yeah, that'll bring in another 20 odd thousand. I think we might make close to 80-90,000 on contracts today, so long as we can keep the seeder going. I mean, the seeder is nearly 20% of the way through the field, so that's good news. We'll have to go and load up the flatbed and the JCB with another. Well, I think we've got seeds at the farm. I don't think we've got fertilizer, so I think we'll have to go and grab fertilizer and get that done. But all in all, things are progressing well. Halfway through the field now, and we're about half an hour since we did those headlands. So yeah, by 2:30 this will be all finished and done and dusted. We can then get the we can go and try and sort out a windrower. We should have enough money for a windrower, which is great. And then we've just got a little bit of we need to sort the fertilizing out, so we'll buy enough fertilizer for not only the contracts that it's going to do, but also for refilling the seeder or the planter. And yeah, that will be probably what we do for the rest of the day. I think what we might do actually is get the windrower on here with a hired worker and go from there. I don't know. I'll see how it goes. The final row of this field, we are all nicely tedded up, and yeah, we need to go and get a windrower, and it's been another half an hour, so perfect. That has fit in wonderfully. Right, time to go put this away, grab ourselves a windrower. I don't think we're going to get many bales off this field. I think we might get 2, maybe 3. It's not going to be many, and really considering demolishing a load of stuff on the side of the yard here to make way for bale storage. We don't need the shed storage. We could possibly put the bales in that shed as well. We might try that first. I mean, this is kind of bale storage stuff around here, but I want easy access for the cow area, and so yeah, I think we might go and do that and get that sorted. There's no fuel in that fuel tank. Right, let's go head back to the shop. We're gonna sort out some fertilizer and get that contract going and get ourselves a windrower. So back down to the shop again, and the Massey is sitting here waiting for us. So I don't think we want to get a massive amount of fertilizer. I think we probably want to get maybe 3 of these big bags. Yeah. So these hold only 1,000 liters. If we get 3 of those, okay. When we return stuff from the contract, it should give us the should give us any money back for stuff we don't use. Right, let's fill this up then. And yeah, get these 3 bags into here. If it costs any more than this to do this, the contract, if it takes more than 3,000 liters of fertilizer, this contract absolutely is not worth doing. The field 29 is right in the corner over here. We've got 3,000 liters of fertilizer. I really hope that's enough. So let's send that off, and that can get going on that contract. Meanwhile, we need to get ourselves a windrower. So let's head in here. And then up here, we've got grasswork stuff, windrowers. And the one that I would really like is really expensive, all things considered. And our alternative is the single row one. I think it's going to have to be this. I'm going to have to go with that. We can't afford 19.5 grand at the moment. And we don't have a massive field either. So yeah, we're gonna go with the coon, and hopefully something will turn up. Oh, do you know what? No, thankfully there's nothing in there. I was fully expecting that to be a thing then, but no, we'll use this and it'll be fine because it's not a massive field. Before I get started with the windrower, I need to make sure that we have enough stuff to keep the seeder going. So we'll get the flatbed out. We've got enough seeds here at the farm. I might load up all my seeds. We've got some fertilizer. I don't think it's a massive amount. Yeah, it's a single pallet, which means it's probably not going to be anywhere near a good amount. Let's grab that pile of seeds. Shouldn't need all these seeds. We've got seeds down the shop that we're going to pick up as well, but I'm going to put them all on the trailer because that means that we will definitely have enough. But it's not the seeds that are going to be the issue, I don't think. I think it's going to be the fertilizer. I think we're going to need way more solid fertilizer than we've got, and way more than we can afford possibly as well. Judging by how much it's used to this point to be a third of the way through, I think we might end up needing another 4 pallets of it. And yeah, that's quite a cost. As I said, I think we're going to make about 40,000 off that contract. On the plus side, this is actually a full pallet of fertilizer. So yeah, we only need to buy 3 more by the looks of things. Right, let's strap that down and we'll head up the shop. We'll get 3 more things of fertilizer and pick up the remaining seeds as well. So down at the shop, yeah, just load up some more supplies quickly. It's already 4:45, so this is very much going to be somewhere where we pick up next time. I think we are not even halfway through that sowing contract, so that is going to need finishing off. We're going to need to row up our hay as well. That is right in front of that. We're going to need to row up the hay. We're going to need to complete the contracts that we've got going on. And I am intrigued as to exactly how much is left with the fertilizing. and how much. In fact, it's nearly 50% of the way through, and it's got just under 50% of the fertilizer left. This might be okay because when it hits the headlands, things accelerate. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and maybe there will be enough fertilizer in that to get this job done. But first we need 3 more of these. Buy that. Yes. Okay. We are running very close with our costs here. I'm hoping we can keep things going, because right now that is under 5 grand, and that is not a good level for us to be at. Last one on there, and I think our sowing contract has come to a standstill because it has actually run out of fertilizer. So we want to get this up there and get this sorted, but it is 5:30. So our working day on here is coming to the end, but that's fine. We can pick this up again. We can do a second day in April. It's going a little bit slower in places on here than I'd expected, but yeah, we can do a second day in April. We can get these contracts that we have going at the moment finished, and bring some money in, and hopefully finish off the cows. We'll get the hay windrowed up and baled next time as well, and that should get us started. How many bales do you think we might get off that field? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see if you're right next time. For now though, I'm gonna leave it here, so I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now, or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.